Hey guys, what's going on? It's your old pal CHH here. After 50 years, we finally have a 4K of The Exorcist. Isn't it a little weird that, it's great that these movies are coming out, but, if there's an anniversary coming up, oh, we gotta wait another year for that. I get it, but it's a little annoying at the same time. We've been wanting The Exorcist on 4K since 4K was a thing. I remember talking about it with my friends all the time, why the hell is The Exorcist not on 4K? Of all the titles that have been released, don't you think that's one that should be out already? And most people are like, I don't know. And then as time went on, we're like, okay, guess they're waiting for the 50th anniversary. Alright guys, so I got the slipcover version. Now, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I hated the Steelbook version. The truth is, I like the Steelbook version, but not enough to pre-order it weeks in advance. I was like, if I can do a pickup, I will. If not, whatever. I'll just get the slipcover version. And sure enough, that Steelbook is gone. So, I don't know. The slipcover version's fine. It's not that great. And of course, a lot of people really hate this 100th anniversary thing that they've been putting on here. I hear ya. It is what it is. Wait till next year. They'll get rid of them. So, when I got this, I was excited because it's both the extended director's cut, and the version you're not supposed to see, and of course, we get the theatrical cut, which I vastly prefer the theatrical cut, as does William Friedkin, as a matter of fact. He really did the version you're not supposed to see cut as a favor to William Peter Blatty. Blatty really wanted to add those scenes in, and so Friedkin years later was like, I'll do it for you, dude. I understand. Just a few words about The Exorcist. It's probably been a number of years since I'd seen the movie, probably 3 or so. And it's funny, the older I get, it's like I start to not just see this as a really great scary movie, but a movie that truly does make you think about your life. Struggling with faith. Which side of the coin do you fall on? Is this BS? Is this real? Could this be real? And Father Karras is so identifiable to me as a character. I struggle sometimes with the way I feel about my faith, my religion, what I believe, how I handle, struggling things in life. It's a great character, and quite frankly, I love Father Karras. He's an incredible character in this movie, so extremely well written, and they don't make directors like William Friedkin anymore. They just don't. We just lost him not long ago. Rest in peace to the great William Friedkin. We love and miss you, man. So guys, The Exorcist, it's one of the greatest, if not the greatest horror films. Many will tell you this is the greatest horror film ever made. I will always be a Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, but to deny The Exorcist would just be silly. Alright guys, so let's talk about the 4K. Naturally, the first thing I did was pop in the theatrical cut, which is the version to me, which is the definitive version. I was pretty much really pleased right from the start of the film, especially when we're in, northern Iraq, and everything looks very natural, very great, and the HDR on here made everything look really, really good. The colors were popping left and right. Everything just had a vibrance like it's supposed to have. We've been doing this 4K thing for a while now, so I think it's okay for us to expect high quality now. I think the quality control has gotten a lot better than it has when I first got into 4K, so naturally I was expecting the best from The Exorcist. Throughout the movie, I was pretty happy. The house scenes look great. When we're in this place, we're in that place. Father Karras is going into the church and things. All of it looks pretty damn good, but I don't know how many people really noticed this like I feel I did. There would be brief moments in scenes, and it may be a shot in a scene, not a whole scene, but maybe a 5-second shot, maybe a 10-second shot during a conversation in the house. That preacher that found the Pazuzu in the beginning, where he's having a conversation in that monastery or wherever that was in northern Iraq, it would get really grainy and look like a VHS rip for a second. I swear I can't be the only one that noticed this. I noticed this on maybe 2 or 3 occasions throughout the film, and I was like, whoa, what the hell is going on? It never lasted long, and it never happened too close together. I mean, it would happen farther apart to where I would forget about it. Then 2 or 3 occasions I would have this happen in the film, and I was like, whatever. But for the most part, everything looked sensational. I would give the picture quality, without those weird moments, a 9.5 out of 10. I thought it looked natural. I thought it looked really good, and I was really happy with it. See if you notice it. It seemed like there were 3 occasions that I can remember during a scene, 10-second shot or so, where everything just looks like a VHS for a second. I don't know. But other than that, the audio quality was great. Again, I always like to tell people what I use. I have a 65-inch QLED with a Polk soundbar with subwoofer, and the Dolby audio was sensational. The audio was so good, and you know, the picture quality, with the exception of those little moments, like I said, I'm going 9.5 out of 10. I was really pleased with it. Then I went and watched the extended director's cut, and it looked good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if maybe I was worn out by that point, because I try to go the extra mile on these reviews. I'll watch every drop that I can on these. I don't know if I was worn out or not. I just feel like the extended director's cut did look as good as the theatrical. Maybe I'm off on that, but I don't know. Maybe, you know, the quality was expected and the awareness of how good it looked maybe worn off, but I just feel like the theatrical cut shines the best on here. So if you're gonna watch your 4K, I just say go to the theatrical cut, no questions asked. Just go straight to the theatrical cut and then YouTube the crab walking, spider walking scene, which I really don't like anyway. I should mention the release itself. So when you take the slipcover off, here's the cover, and both discs are separate, so the theatrical and director's cut have their individual disc. So that's pretty cool. Getting The Exorcist on 4K, it just feels like it's been a long time coming, and it was well worth the wait. But that's not to say that this is a perfect release by any stretch, especially if you're a fan of, let's say, special features. Yeah, guess what special features are on here? Nothing besides some audio commentaries. There's Friedkin commentaries and William Peter Blatty commentaries, so if you're expecting new stuff, unfortunately, you're not going to have that. As a matter of fact, I would keep those old releases that you have. But let me say this in terms of what you need in terms of special features for this movie. Go on Shudder and watch Leap of Faith, a conversation with William Friedkin about The Exorcist. It is the most comprehensive, well put together documentary about a man talking about the making of The Exorcist. And this is a guy in his 80s sounding so sound, remembering things to a T. It is incredible. It might even have a Blu-ray. Go on Amazon and check that out, which I need to get it, but it's on Shudder. It's called Leap of Faith, a conversation with William Friedkin about The Exorcist, and it will... The documentary is creepy. You know, Friedkin was talking about, you know, things beyond my power are happening that made this film possible, and ooh, it gives you chills to listen to the making of the film, because it was crazy, but that is the best special feature you can ever have for The Exorcist, so go watch that. I promise you, you will absolutely love it. All in all, guys, I'll give this release an 8.5 out of 10. I would have liked to have given it a perfect 10. Not necessarily that I just need special features. I want good special features for sure, but not much of anything on here. You know, maybe they'll give us another collector's release when The Exorcist Believer comes out next month, or when that hits physical media, they'll do another kind of release for The Exorcist. We'll see. But with that being said, guys, I will say I was super happy with the 4K quality of the theatrical cut, excuse me, with the exception of a few weird moments. So, it's a release everybody probably is getting, if not already has, and I understand that. But just keep in mind, you know, this is not going to be the best 4K release of the year. And in my opinion, it's not the best 4K of the year. But it's really good. There's been some really stiff competition. I can't stress enough how good some 4K quality has been this year. Number one so far for me this year is Ghoulies, hands down. Okay, let me know which version you got. Let me know if you're picking this up, if you were on the fence about picking this up, what might sway you to not get it. Let me know your thoughts below, guys. I always like to see where everybody's head's at when it comes to physical media. Thank you guys for watching this video. It's your old pal CHH saying The Exorcist 4K has finally happened, and it's here with us. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.
You